What's up, Travel Acre fam? Welcome to Farming the Land with Brand. So today is a calf check-in, and also I want to do a cow update on our cows. We got a few new cows here on Travel Acres, so I want to show you guys those. And yes, it's more than just the calves, but I want to do a calf update as well, just to kind of talk about raised bottle calves, and then of course showing you guys some of our new cows we got on pasture as well. So let's go ahead and dive right into that. We are in here in the Kevin Hutch area, which has been working great for us, to say the least. I'm gonna go ahead tell you guys there are not 10 bottle calves in here anymore. There are 8. This pen is empty. Mugu Guy pan, and the last pen is also empty. Keyshawn black cow. Oh yes. Where to start here, guys? So of course, yes, we are now into week, this is the full, or they're over 21 days old now. We got them on the 18th. It's now the 3rd, so that is, I want to say we started our 3rd week, I think, of having these guys now. But almost everybody is beating scours in here, and I'm going to talk about the 2 cows we lost to kind of tell you what I think happened. So yeah, so anyways, we all know they had scours. I told you guys on the last calf update that these guys were experiencing difficulty with scours, right? So let me spin this camera around. So the first cow we lost, which is I think the day after I actually recorded this. See this, guys, this is pretty cool, huh? Oh well, this is Mulan. She was actually just going in to eat some calf starter, but most of them are all eating calf starter now, which is great. What happened with Keyshawn black cow is I've been tube feeding for, scours for, the past few days, and of course feedings as well of milk. So that had been being done, but I did a round of tube feeding, and almost Tractor Supply and everybody, doesn't matter who it is, has been like out of electrolytes. I hadn't been able to get them from anywhere, so I take anything off the shelves I could get. I got this yellow package. It's called Prairie Pride. I believe Safeguard makes it. It's more of an 8-ounce packet. Most of them are 4 ounces, but it doesn't like specify on directions or whatever how it's supposed to be divvied out, or if you can use it for calves or not. So whatever. Did the solution. His stool actually wasn't that bad, but it was just a precautionary because they were still really young, not drinking really any water. Wanted to make sure he was getting fluid, so I filled him with 2 quarts, like I have been filling all the calves, especially the ones with scours. Dude was perfectly fine. Hour later, dude's on the ground, has already gotten rid of pretty much anything in his body, and it came out in the form of diarrhea or whatever, and it all left him. He died within probably 3 hours of being tubed that liquid. It wasn't a breathing issue. It didn't go down the wrong pipe. At this point, I've tubed a calf probably nearly 80 times, easily. I've ran a tube down. Now, I'm not saying we don't make mistakes, but I always check to make sure the tube's in the right spot before we ever pump liquids in. And dude wasn't having issues breathing. He had gotten rid of all the fluids in his body somehow, and he didn't even really have that much really loose stool at all. So of course I didn't notice it the first time, but he ended up passing. And then the next day, Mugu, it was the next day or maybe the 2 days later, Mugu in this pen, I still had picked up a couple more packs of that company when a Prairie Pride's the yellow pack of the electrolytes. I actually, she was kind of weak that day. I filled her with those fluids, or I'm sorry guys, it's a bull calf. I filled him with fluids that day, and sorry, I'm just kind of moving my camera around to kind of show you guys what's going on. But anyways, that day I filled him with fluids, okay? That in like 30 minutes, same thing happened to that cow, and he was down, like dehydrated. So I was like, well, I'm gonna lose this calf too, thinking that it was just scours taking him out. And then that afternoon, because I did it that morning because he refused to eat. So that morning I tubed him with fluids instead, because that's usually the first step I do if you're not eating milk or drinking milk. And I can tell by eyelids how bad dehydrated they are. I go ahead and fill with fluids, and then I'll do milk in the afternoon. So when I came in the afternoon to do milk, he was still on the ground. I had one more pack of that stuff left, and guys, remember, I was running just as many electrolytes as I could get because they just weren't available anywhere. And everybody else got the normal electrolyte sets. Everybody, from different companies. There was a couple of different ones I had. Did the same regimen I do with all electrolytes, except this time with that packet, I split it in 4 ounces. So I split the packet in half, one for Jess over here in the second pen. In the first pen, I gave it to Mumalad. Okay, so that's these 2 cows right here. These are both heifers. Okay, both Angus heifers, and I gave it to him, right? So Mumalad probably got a little bit more of the packet than Lockwood did. But as soon as I gave the packet to Mumalad, guys, I watched the same exact thing happen with her that's happened with the last 3 cows, and she had been doing great. I mean, great. And she's a smaller heifer than her. Jess is probably like 20 plus pounds, and she's way taller than she is. She's a lot smaller of a cow already. And I watched the same thing happen for an hour. I just stayed out here and watched with the liquid because I just felt at that time that there was definitely something going on with this company. And I watched her literally rid herself of every fluid that was in her body. This is what happens when they would drink it. It looked like exactly what they drank would come out. The liquid was just coming out their back end, and it would actually dehydrate them, and they became totally dehydrated. And I watched her become dehydrated literally within 30 minutes. And she was perfectly fine because I checked her eyelids, made sure all of her signs were normal. She was drinking, she was eating fine. And then that happened. And she was on the ground, not able to move, couldn't get up. So immediately, I filled her with 6 quarts of water. Because I knew at that time there was an issue. So I filled her with 6 quarts of water, guys, to replace all the fluids I know she just let out of her backside. And then I actually went and did the same thing to Mugu, and I went ahead just to precautionary because Jess right here wasn't like excreting as much fluids or getting rid of as much fluids, but she still was doing a little bit. So I went ahead and hit her up too. And in less than an hour, Mumala was back up walking around. And that's because I replaced the fluids that she just lost. And the electrolyte did the exact opposite of what we wanted it to. It actually was killing the calves. And I don't know why an electrolyte would do that. And it doesn't say on the directions of the packet not to give to calves. It says that it actually is for cattle, poultry, sheep, goats, you name it. It has pictures of all of them on the front. Talks about, giving it, of course, in gallons, and also, being able to put in water troughs and stuff like that for drinking. But it didn't say anything about not giving, as an electrolyte supplement. It's electrolytes. I expected it should be able to be used for calves too. And I even split this one in half. So whether I gave the whole pack or not didn't matter. So Mugu Gaipan, of course, is through a lot of prayer and just asking the Lord to help us with these calves. We prayed for Mugu Gaipan, got up, was walking around after the fluids and everything. Like I said, Mumala was back to normal. Mugu Gaipan actually got up, but that was like after 6 hours probably of laying there, because once a calf goes down, I don't have the access to something to actually give them an IV. So once that time comes, guys, there's no way I can possibly save them. All I can do is pray for them, and that's how it is with calves. But after I noticed that with her, I was like, oh my gosh, this company's electrolytes is killing the cows, and it's for some reason all the liquid is coming out. So I know this video is long, but I really want to explain this. Don't get this company's and give it electrolytes and give it to your calves. Don't. Just avoid its yellow package from Prairie Pride. It has a bunch of pictures of animals on the front. Don't get it. Don't get it, guys. Don't get it. But Mugu Gaipan lasted 5 days longer, and he ended up passing just 3 days ago, I think now. Yeah, he died on the 31st. So it wasn't and he didn't die from dehydration. I think during his period of being down for so long, there was parts of his body from the dehydration that shut down and just quit working. Because I kept him full of electrolytes, full of water, full of milk. One day I actually had him up and he was actually trying to drink, but his suckle just was not there, and his hydration levels were back to normal. Eyeballs were back out. There was no gaps. There were signs of dehydration, but I think it was just a failure to thrive, because I think his body was just out of it for so long that just something was shutting down and not working properly. So that's why we lost 2 calves. If I wouldn't have used those electrolytes, we probably wouldn't have lost any up to this point. And I think we're really almost to the point of actually all calves being past, the danger stage of scours. Even Mountain Moo over here, this cow right here, I've been having to tube feed for, a while with milk. The past 2 days, perfect, guys. He's been in here drinking and killing his milk. So I haven't actually tubed in 2 days either. Most of the calves' stools look great. They've all, of course, received a shot for scours as well in this time. It's bovilus coronavirus shot. It's supposed to help with scours. We got it from Valley Vet. That was supposed to help as well. But guys, other than that, the cows pretty much are doing really well. Like I said, I've got 3 or 4 of these guys actually pushing out a really good solid patty, not weird colored at all or anything, and we're all drinking milk. So as a checkup here, guys, on the calves, like I said, I think we would have ran almost 100% success rate this time, but that hurt us. So I wanted to forewarn you guys if you're doing calves or whatever. But other than that, the calving facility, guys, have been running great. We've had like 70-80 mile-an-hour winds at times the past few days, and this tarp started to rip up, and we took care of that and put some 2x4s to kind of seal it in more. And then after that, the winds were still heavy, and it never once affected us, so it can withstand some pretty heavy winds. I mean, we got some heavy winds, and it was like constant, like 40-50 mile-an-hour winds throughout almost 2 days. Off and on we get some 20s and 30s, but it was windy and freezing. So this can withstand it, guys, as well. This facility's working great for us. This right here, where we built this all up, really has kept the draft out of here, and it feels great in here even when it's windy. And then as you can see, we've tossed some hay in here, past few days or whatever, last night, to keep them warm because they were getting cold. But anyways, guys, let me walk you over to the cow pasture. We have now moved from cow pasture 2. We have transferred back over to pasture 1 here. We've had some really good grass growth, and they had to move anyways. It was just Patty City out there, and I'm about to move our cows and or heifers that are ready for mating back over here with Shaggy, and they're probably going to go ahead and get mated here soon. As you can see, as we walk up on this hay ring, guys, I got cows in the hay. Yep, this is what they do. But anyways, guys, I got some new cows to show you guys. So there's this cow right here, the one that's walking right here on the back. I don't know if you can see her. She's right up there. That's one of our new Angus heifers. She is about I think 4 months old. She's about 4 months old. Her name's Anguli. I'm actually gonna come in the pasture to see if I can show you guys these cows a little better. So we're really working on getting our heifers up so that we can actually, begin to produce all of our calves on our own here in the future. I want to at least run 20 heifers eventually. We're really pushing to do Angus, but we might add a couple different breeds too. But she's behind s'mores right here. So that's Anguli. Okay, he's 4 month old. This is that's not Anguli. I'm sorry, guys. That's Moravian. 4 month old. Right in front of her here is Anguli. She's a 3 month old Angus. And then right there, right here, guys, this is our newest heifer, and that is Helga, the Hereford. She's our first Hereford cow that we have. So as you can see, I'm trying to get JL sniffing Moravian right now, but our new 3 are right here. These 2 right here, new cows. she is a new one too. So that's a new Angus heifer for us. That's a new Angus heifer for us, and a new Hereford heifer for us. And this one is just turned 2 months old, not that long ago. She's like 2 months and a couple weeks, but she looks good. She's been great out here. First night we let her in here with them, which was like a week ago. Hey, Mushaka. She is one of our heifers that's about to be bred here soon. They were our first 2 cows, her and Mushaka. This is, of course, our 2 dairies. We actually first bought them for beef to eat, and then thankfully we got heifers, and now we're actually going to breed with them. So we're going to see how crossing them, hopefully, as they're not too tall, but we're going to see how if we can cross them with the Scottish Highlands and see what kind of hardy of a calf we can get, and what it produces for us. And then next year they'll mate with tribal, which is, you know, our actual, you know, cow that's meant for them, which is, you know, Holstein. But anyways, I want to show you guys them. As you can see, I haven't showed you guys the cows here in a while. We're really starting to get big. Even though we're big, we're still trying to get in the hay ring. This is Jagger JL right here. These are 2 of our biggest from the first set of bottle calves. You see how good we're doing, really growing out. And then you see all the other ones around us here. Big Cloud, I think, is right there. I think this Big Cloud might be Boris. Wait, no, I'm sorry guys, that's not JL. They look so similar. That's Boris. JL's out there, standing next to Moravian. I already showed you him. That's a Heavy Revy, I think, out there. That's KJ. This is Heavy Revy. That must be Freedom. Heavy Revy, and then Monty's right here. So we've really grown. As you can see, we're nice and fat. We're working on getting bigger. But anyways, I got to show you guys one more cow, and then we have one more cow coming today. We have an Angus bull calf, which is being he's banded, so he'll be a steer for us that we're going to actually sell. And I'm going to show you guys why we're about to sell him, not keep him as a bull. And that is simply because we have a new Angus bull calf. He's probably a little bit bigger than, I mean, I guess you still say he's a calf, but he's only, look at treble. Look how big he's gotten, guys. He's gotten really big for us too. You see Chaggy laying down over there. But that's our new Angus bull calf. He is 3 months old, full Angus. Gonna be the one of the cows we use to mate with are Angus's. So of course we're gonna use Chaggy to see how we can do some crossbreeding there, but we do officially have a Angus bull as well. So that Angus bull we're gonna run on our Angus heifers, and you know, maybe other heifers as well. If I don't get a Hereford Hereford bull before then, he'll run on probably our Hereford as well. But we got, you know, almost a year at least before they're ready to go. So anyways guys, that is the update on all of our cows. Move back into pasture 1 so that we can work on building something to transfer 3 of our girl cows, 2 heifers, 1 cow, in with Chaggy, and let them get their mating done, so that we can actually produce some calves by next year. Well, 9 months. But that's it for today, guys. I just want to show you guys a calf update. New cows. Got another one coming today. It's probably going to look very similar to that one. We'll be getting them all from the same people who really take care and produce some really good cows. So yeah guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the update, checking with the cows, especially even the original cows that we had, what we're doing and what's getting ready to happen here. So I'll check in with you guys later, but see you later. Thanks for farming land with Brand. As always, Travel like your family. See you guys next time.